Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Oxide Magic here, and it's Jordan here for Deck Tech Tuesday, and we are doing something a bit different. We are doing a Pauper deck this week. Pauper is a new format that me and the boys are starting to experiment with, and, well, you know me, I'm a tribal bunny, and there's one tribe I've actually always fancied playing, but in Modern, they're not really a powerful deck, and this is the Slivers. Now, Slivers are quite potent. Their main role is about buffing up other Slivers. So a Sliver enters the battlefield, it will do something that will increase the team. So it's all about sort of synergy is the best sort of word for it. So to begin with, we are running a 4-off of Striking Sliver. This is a 1 red, and he grants first strike to Slivers. Fantastic, this is what we like. Our other 1-drop is a 4-off of Virulent Sliver. He grants us Poisonous 1. Now, so you know, these poisonous triggers do stack. So theoretically, if you have 2 of these on the board, all Slivers are getting Poisonous 1 and Poisonous 1. Which means, so instead of Poisonous 2, you get 2 separate entities and triggers of it, which is rather sweet. We then move on to another buff, which is the Sentinel Sliver, which is giving us 1 and a white. He grants all our Slivers Vigilance. This is beneficial, obviously, to when you're going on as an aggro strategy. Next 2-drop we have is Quicksliver. He is 1 and a green. He has Flash, and the benefit he gives is the team all Slivers gain Flash. So this is in hand, on the field, so you can effectively cast from hand and dump your hand quite quickly and nicely if you can. Our final buff Sliver, as I'm calling them, is the Heart Sliver, which is for 1 and a red, and he grants all Slivers haste. Benefit with this is that it means that they can go on the field, they can swing immediately. If you're flashing them out, fantastic. You know, there's various ways you can work this deck quite nicely. We then have quite a large Lord package in the set. And again, with this, these are all 4-offs apart from 1 2-off, and I'll go for it. So the first 4-off is Sinew Sliver. This is for 1 and a white. It gives +1/+1. Benefit is that it's just generic Lord ability. Muscle Sliver is a 1 and a green. Again, gives all Slivers +1/+1. So for them 2 Lords, if your opponent's playing Slivers, which is highly unlikely to find, you're going to have to take them out of the deck to sort of work your way around it. We then have Predatory Sliver, which is for 1 and a green again. And he gives +1/+1, but this time only to your Slivers. So effectively, you can build up quite a nice board state with your little 1/1s or 2/2s becoming 3/3s, 4/4s, 5/5s, and then they get all the abilities on top of it. You're gonna have to make sure you remember the triggers, triggers of what you've got on stack and etc. like that. Our final Lord-ish, he's a half Lord, is what you could call him. He's a Bonesplitter Sliver. He's for 3 and a red. He gives all Slivers on the field +2/+0. So it's effectively, he's an aggro strategy. We're only running a 2-off in the deck of that because it is quite high on our mana curve. We are sticking quite low to the ground on this one. But we have to have really good colour fixing. So the land package is decent size, I would say. Our final lot of spells that we play is a 4-off of Titan Strength. This is for +3/+1. You get a Scribe ability off it, and this is for a single red. The benefit you get is that this is good for a general aggro strategy, good for a trade up. There is many benefits to this. From this, the reason why I've kept these 3 colours and these 3 colours particularly is I find that this is the best aggro strategy. Obviously, if I was to move into the blue and the black, I can get Death Touch, I can get Flying, but I generally find that this is sort of a nice, decent sort of aggro control-y build, which is quite nice. So, in terms of the land, we are running quite a decent sized package of lands, around 22. We run a good colour fixing of Rugged Highlands, Wind-Scarred Crag, and Blossoming Sands. This gives us our jewels, which is good colour, you know, it gives us decent colours, keeps us fixed quite nicely on the mana. Also, with them entering the battlefield, we gain life, so it, you know, it will knock off that early aggressive start that some decks do have. We also run a 4-off of Evolving Wilds to again help with colour fixing, which is the main job. And from that, there is only 3 forests, 2 mountains, and 1 plains, because we are more heavy in green and red than we are in white, and the dual land should help fix this on that front. moving on to the sideboard, we run only one other creature in the sideboard, which is Battering Sliver. We run a 4 off of him. He's a 5 and a red, and he grants all slivers trample. Benefit obviously with that is of course now the damage. We've got first strike and all that going through, and poison we can do quite a lot of damage, which is rather sweet. All the other things that we run are spells. We run a 4 off of lightning bolts. You know, early game removal or late game to remove your opponent. We run a 4 off a Ranger's Guile. Benefit +1/+1 and the hexproof. Very good to keep our slivers on the board, especially lords. And finally, we run a 3 off of Mutagenic Growth. It's the you know, the extra bit of damage to get through on a trample damage or poison and various things like that. It does help quite a lot. So that's been this week's deck tech, guys. Let me know what you think of it in the comments section below, and let me know if you're enjoying having a new variety of formats such as Pauper. We are considering doing Commander, but let us know what you think of us branching out a bit more. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Goodbye. Hi guys, remember if you liked that video, please smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. Let's keep the MTG community growing here on YouTube. And from this, please check out our other playlists. We have plenty of Magic the Gathering content from myself and the other boys at Orcs Head Magic, and we will catch you all very soon.